Morning, YouTubers. So it's Back to the Future Day, October 21st, 2015. Honestly, something so symbolic that 6 months ago I probably would have been in a puddle of tears. However, I am moving forward. It's pretty cool. It's Back to the Future Day. So it's 10:20, and I look awful when I do that. And I just got done cleaning my house. Cleaning my house has gotten so much easier. I started selling a line of products called Norwex with my sister-in-law, and they are amazing. Just water and these really great microfiber cloths, and my house is cleaner than it's ever been, and in a quarter of the time, which is beautiful. So I had a therapy appointment on Monday. It's Wednesday. Giving up the sabbatical might kill me. I may cry going back into work, but my therapist felt like, and I feel like, I'm making great leaps and bounds in healing myself and accepting what is and all that good stuff. So today we're going to do another I Forgive You letter. Video, letter, blog, blah, blah, blah. This one's going to be hard for me. I probably have two others that should be done, but I don't know when I'm going to reach the point when I'm going to get there, but this one really does need to be done. There's still a lot of pain around this one, and I need to just let it go, as Anna and Elsa would say. So this one is for my father. Yeah. So growing up, everybody assumed I was a mama's girl. And I guess in some ways that was true, but my dad was the light of my life. I was the daddy's girl through and through. I'm not sure who had who wrapped around whose finger tighter. The sun rose and set by him for me. And I held every guy I ever dated to that standard of what I thought at the time was unconditional love. I never thought in my life my greatest heartbreak would come from my father. But some reflection and some thinking, there are things I can forgive him for, and there are things that I cannot. But I have to make peace with the ones I can't, and it isn't my burden to bear. So to that end, this is a forgiveness to my father for thinking you were doing the right things all along by standing by your wife, by taking your vows as seriously as you do, which is commendable to a point, and for being so stuck in a situation with somebody who is clearly mentally ill that you couldn't see or do, or I don't know what the right word is. See, I spent 35 years in those shoes, living life in a mentally ill household growing up, and then marrying into a situation where my husband was the male version of my mother. So I know what it's like to feel like you have to do whatever it takes to keep the peace just for yourself, because you have to live in that environment. But I never ever thought I'd see the day when my daddy would lash out at me and turn his back on me and my kids. That one is a hard one to deal with. I don't hate you, Daddy. I never could. I disagree with the fact that a parent can so easily abandon their children and grandchildren for somebody who clearly is not thinking clearly. There was no reason that you had to completely walk away from us. I don't need to have a relationship with her to have a relationship with you. Her life was very much the same. She had a relationship with her father, but not her mother, and yet her father could somehow separate the two. To say I don't miss you would be a lie. To say that it doesn't break my heart that the worst heartbreak of my life came from my father would be a lie. But I can't fix it, and I can't change it, and I can't undo it. So to that end, I have to forgive you for doing what you felt you had to do. The best parts of me came from you. And for that, I'll always be grateful. You know, there were so many times in life you did have my back when she didn't. And it breaks my heart that my children will never know you, because I know deep down there's an amazing heart and soul in there. I just don't really understand how it got to this point. So I will always love you. And part of me understands where you are, and part of me doesn't. Because I would never turn my back on my children for anything. Not anything. Least of all, a blown out of proportion, ridiculously wrong stance. So I hope life is treating you well. I hope you aren't completely alone in that environment. And I hope one day you can see past the cobweb that has been woven, to see that, you know, it didn't have to be this way. But I can't keep dwelling on it, and I have to move forward, knowing I'll never truly have the answers of why things went down the way that they did, why you chose the things that you did. That isn't the man that I knew for 38 years. So I won't be discussing this anymore. I'm sure it will still pinch at times and hurt, but I can't fix everybody. I have to fix me for my kids. So this is my final focus on the subject. I'd like to see a different ending to the story, but I know that won't happen. So yeah, I don't even know what to say, to be honest with you. This is hard. Anyone who knows me knows how highly I held my father. So, but I can't heal myself, so I can't keep dwelling. And it is what it is. So I forgive you, Daddy, and I will always love you. And remember, the good man that I know is in there. And I really hope that your life is happier than it was last time I saw you, because you deserve that. You don't deserve to live in that environment. So I'm getting ready to paint Gabby's room tomorrow. Only a week and a half left of sabbatical. I need to do something productive. And I'm wrapping up a baby blanket today. It's a beautiful, beautiful time here in Northeast Ohio. And it really does feel good to get this stuff off my chest. So it's helping me progress. Something that should have started many decades ago. Better late than never, I suppose. And in the end, we're going to be okay. My kids and I are going to be just fine. So I hope everybody out there in YouTube land is doing well. How are you celebrating Back to the Future Day? And I'm sure we will talk soon.